Again, and we're going to be taking a look at an application problem where we're using our order of operations to determine the price of something. So when we look at our example problem here, they give us this crazy equation. It says C equals P plus 0.0725 times P, representing the cost C and the pair of sneakers with the price P and sales tax of 7.25%, and use a table to find the cost for 20, 32, 48, $60 pairs of sneakers. So let's examine, see if we can make sense of this guy. So they're saying if the price of your sneakers is 20 bucks, you would use this equation, substituting in 20 in place of the price, that's the P in the equation, and then when you simplified this whole thing, your sneakers would have a total cost of $21.45. And that makes sense because when you add tax to something, the price should be going up, and it should be more than the original price of the sneakers. So we're just going to do a quick check, make sure that everything looks like it's working as it should be. Okay, pretty straightforward. So tax adds to the price of your item. So now they ask us to use the equation C is equal to P plus 0.05P with the same variables, with the sales tax of 5%, and make a table to find the cost of the items with the prices of 5, 10, 15, and 20. So I think what they're asking me to do is to make a table like this one, but instead of having 20, 32, 48, and 60 there, we're going to put the 5, 10, 15, and 20 in the cost. And instead of having this 0.725 tax, we have 5% tax, which when we translate into decimal form, that is 0.05. So let's do that. I've got my little trusty ruler here. I've got my batch of pens. If you know me, you know I like to carry these guys around, you know, hey, whatever makes you happy in this world. So I'm going to start off by making my line here. I think I'm going to try to make it a little bit neat. I don't know. What do you guys think? There you go, that looks good. Draw my first column. Draw my second column and third column here. Okay, I can work with that. And over here I'm going to put down a price. I'm going to label it with its variable down here, little p. I'm going to put down the equation that I'm using, which is this part, P plus 0.05P. Remind myself and show my reader what I'm working with. And then over here I'm going to put down the cost, C. Now, I can fill in this column because I know my prices are going to be 5, 10, 15, and 20. And now I can write in my equations. The price is $5 plus 0.05 times 5. And I'm just going to rewrite this thing using the appropriate price into the equation. At this point, this turns kind of into a calculator problem. So let me grab one of those guys. And I have 5 plus 0.05 times 5. So 5 times 0.05 is 25 cents. So 5 plus 25 cents is $5.25. Now let's do the next one. If it is $10 plus 0.5 times 10, that should be $10 plus 50 cents, or $10.50. And my pattern looks like I'm just adding 5.25 to each one. So my next one should be 15.75, and then $21 at the end. And I make sure that my final cost is higher than my prices to make sure that I'm on the right track. Everything looks good. And yeah, I'm all done with this guy. So an interesting thing about when you're making these charts, sometimes you can do it quicker without your calculator if you recognize the pattern, but you can always just plug and chug with your calculator through these little calculations if you want. Both are totally valid strategies, and it just depends on what kind of thinker you are. So a lot of times I will just plug and chug through these things if my brain power is low. But if I'm feeling kind of like clever or whatever, and then I'll see if I can figure out the pattern, and I can just skip count it all the way through. Okay, all right. Good luck on your on your problem set, and I'll see you in class.